So last week, Unrivaled posted this about a record attendance in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Xfinity Arena. And it says here the attendance was at 21,490 people who showed up for this game. And my initial reaction is I don't buy this for 1 second. I'm not saying the fans didn't show up. My theory is simply this: we have corporations out there who like to gaslight you. And it would not surprise me if we had these corporations buy a bunch of tickets and hand them out to their fans because they want to be part of, oh, let's support the women's movement. Let's make sure we're supporting a big cause with getting them paid from the WNBA. Would not shock me for 1 second. Here's where things don't quite align when you look at this versus the viewership of the games, because viewership has declined with Unrivaled. I don't even watch this. And I'll say this again. If you just go out in public, do you see people wearing WNBA gear like jerseys, hats? Maybe they're wearing shoes, but do you see them out there just wearing a Kelsey Plum jersey? You'll probably see some Caitlin Clark stuff in like Indiana, but I'm in Florida. I go out all the time. I don't see people rocking WNBA jerseys. I don't see it at all. I don't see any hats. I don't see any of that. So what that tells me is you can brag about attendance. That's great. But how many people are tuning in to your product? So let's check out the TV ratings from Unrivaled. The women's 3-on-3 basketball league Unrivaled was averaging 103,000 viewers across TNT and True TV through week 3 of the season as of January 26, down 44% from the first 3 weeks of last year's inaugural season, 185,000 last year. That's a major drop-off. Games simulcast on both TNT and True TV are averaging 135,000, while games that are exclusive to True TV are averaging 64,000. So there's a drop-off in viewership. That means less fans are watching. And Paige Beckers played in one of these games, and it didn't get the pull it wanted. So on one end, you've got this attendance really high, but on the other side of this, you don't have people watching. That means folks are not interested. So if there's another drop off, which I expect next year, because you're going to have Project B give out these bigger contracts, and of course the players who are trying to get paid are going to take more money. And if Unrivaled can't compete with Project B in the money they can offer to these WNBA players, well, they're cooked. They're in a lot of trouble. And I don't see how this can last. I just find it funny how the players in this league are trying to gaslight folks, saying, oh, we're so big. And I remember when Nafisa Kyler came out and said, well, look at the trajectory of how we're growing in season 2. It's like it takes 5 seasons, or say 5 years, for a business to survive. You have to factor in other competition, like the Project B coming around. You have to factor in other things like college football, the NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl. I don't know how you can keep this up. So it was a nice little league, but if you don't have the faces to keep people interested, like Paige Beckers didn't draw a lot of viewership. And the WNBA has constantly promoted her, but fans aren't watching. So what that means is if you don't have like a Caitlin Clark involved with the 3-on-3 Unrivaled, and let's just say she goes and plays in Project B, I wonder how many fans are going to tune in. Well, let's just say another big time player like a Paige Beckers goes and joins. That's going to shift some things. Or like Angel Reese decides to go and play in Project B. I know she doesn't have the same influence as Caitlin Clark, but she knows how to market herself. And yeah, the league would be in big trouble. And it won't surprise me if this viewership continues to tank. So they can talk about attendance all day long, but I'm not buying the idea of like 21,490 people bought tickets. I really believe there were corporations who got involved because they want to support a cause for women's rights or whatever, and saying, oh, they deserve more money, when the reality is the league has already sent out their offer. And apparently there was another counter proposal. I'll do another video on that. They haven't gotten to the details of what that counter proposal is yet, but they did send something to the players. But I just don't understand why we keep doing this when we know this league still has to keep growing and gain interest. That's awesome. You had that record attendance, but if you have games in Florida where you're struggling to get 1,000 fans to show up, then what are we doing here? Now, Natasha Cloud had this to say about the ongoing negotiations going on with the players in the WNBA. And I got to tell you right now, this is flat out disrespectful and uncalled for. You don't talk to owners who pay you to play basketball this way. It's just ridiculous. But let's see what Natasha Cloud had to say here.
Um, we're not worried as the players. If I'm gonna be like frank and honest and transparent, we're not worried. All the power is in our hands. We have never had a moment like this where there's been so much momentum, where there's been so much investment, demand of our sports. And I'm honestly, I'm just kind of like upset, frustrated, all of us, and in a lot of ways, just like disgusted with the W and how they're handling this and their lack of value, their lack of worth for us, their lack of even trying to attempt to move the needle with us. Like we know what is on the horizon. We know in 2 years our TV deal is up and there's a new.
It's so funny to see them crashing out as the owners ignore them. It is hilarious. If I'm the WNBA right now, I would just keep on staying quiet. I'm the owners, if I'm Adam Silver, Kathy Engelbert, stay quiet. Let them crash out. Let them ruin the image of the WNBA because I'm telling you, I think we could be heading towards a lockout. Because if they don't move the needle on the 30% revenue share, like if they don't give that up, I think this league is cooked. I really do. Because players who are watching this happen, who can't survive without the WNBA, and they can go play in a league like Project B, get a bigger contract, they might be turned off by what's happening here. They just want to play basketball. But someone like Natasha Cloud is saying, we hold all the power. No, you do not. The owners pay y'all. Without the owners, you do not exist at all, period. You go play somewhere else. You are an employee for someone. So to say, like, oh, we hold all the cards, whew, that is very delusional.
TV deal that's going to come that they're not even putting on the table for us. The percentages, if we actually told you the percentages of what they're giving, that they're like sending to us, it would absolutely piss y'all off. So like, just know when we are standing firm in our feet and 10 toes down, there is a reason, and we will not move until y'all move. So I'm gonna look directly into the camera too. We will not move until y'all move. And it would be the worst business decision of any business to not literally pay the players that make your business go. Without us, there is no W season. So the pressure is on the WNBA, on Kathy, on Adam, on everyone that is in that front office. Do your job.
On Adam Silver, you got a lot of nerve to call him out. Wow. Talk about entitlement. That is absolutely blasphemous and uncalled for. Man, if I'm the WNBA, I would kick some of these players out. I would let them suffer, to be honest, because if they think like, oh, we should get this revenue share, yada, yada, yada. First of all, you're going to get a raise. You're going to get paid more. So take the offer and stop complaining. But it's just unreal when Adam Silver has kept y'all afloat. Like they help with the operational costs of the WNBA. To just act like he's not doing his job is ridiculous and disrespectful. And if you think that the WNBA won't survive without this entitlement, they could. They could replace y'all. Don't get it twisted. Don't act like you're not replaceable. Sure, maybe if there's no players, obviously playing basketball, they got to rebuild it, but don't act as if your presence is the reason why people are showing up, because the reality is you haven't turned a profit. That still has to happen. So you're going to get a raise here, and to act like that isn't on the table is just wow. I just can't believe the entitlement you hear from some of these players. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts and reactions on Unrivaled and what Natasha Cloud had to say. Do you agree or disagree? Love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.